Hi, everyone. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Naomi Sarah. I am a guide and an alignment coach. I help people to live a life that they love by kind of transforming their mindsets and, allowing for the things that they really want to enter their lives. And today we are on day 26 of our 30-day meditation challenge. So, congratulations, because we're almost at the end, day 26. So, we have about what, 4 more days, I would say. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. When we get to day 30, then we'll do the big celebration. But for today, thank you for joining me. I know it's a bit of a last minute switch up, but thank you for being flexible. Another thing with meditation is, it doesn't really matter what time you do it at. It's always great to experiment and see what time works best for you because, what works for one person might not work for another. So, yeah, just experiment with yourself and see what you would like to add or change in the future if you want to continue meditating. And yeah, so today I honestly did not really have anything planned to speak about. The only thing that's kind of coming up for me is that I'm starting a huge new chapter for myself this week. It's a huge investment. It's probably, the biggest thing I've ever invested in myself. And I am very excited, but also very nervous because I kind of have a feeling that things are not going to be the same after this. Like the things that I'm used to, my comfort level is going to be tested, and I'm really going to be asked to, push myself and be a lot more than I'm showing up as right now, if that makes any sense to you. But yeah, I often have heard other coaches saying that right before, right before a huge thing happens for them, whether they start a new program or, they have a huge creation coming to life, then life kind of tests them. And I definitely feel like I've been tested today, this week. I feel like, I don't know, I must be getting ready for something because the way that this month has been, I'm just like, okay, I know there's a reason for all of these things happening to me. There's a reason for me feeling these ways, and I kind of feel like it's just preparing me, kind of testing me to see if I'm really walking the talk, if I'm really able to implement everything that I've learned over the past, 2 years when I have really been going in like really heavily on my healing journey. And I now I feel like I'm ready. I don't feel like I am ready to support. I'm ready to step up and to be the leader and like the kind of teacher that I had. But I feel like all of these things happening are just testing, preparing me for all that is to come. And it's just kind of, I guess, giving me glimpses into the future of some possible things that I might have to deal with. Like, for example, something that I kind of touched on a bit yesterday was just kind of falling back into people pleasing habits of not doing the things that you really want to out of fear that you might offend or trigger someone else. And what I have been realizing and really coming to understand and appreciate is that even that in itself is kind of a test for us. It is kind of seeing whether we are really going to stand our ground and continue shining, or if we are going to fall to, other people's feelings or expectations or their thoughts on what we should be doing and not do what we feel we should do. A lot of the times I find in this, when you're on your healing journey or like a spiritual journey, I guess, oftentimes you do feel alone. And, I haven't figured anything out yet to cope with that. I'm just still moving through those feelings and kind of coming to terms with it. But I do know as well that if there are so many of us who feel alone, then why can't we support each other? You know what I mean? But I feel like when that happens, there are still those things that we are working through on our own within ourselves. Maybe there are still some shadows that we haven't looked at that we're putting off for later on to deal with. But when we are in these relationships, when we are in these partnerships with other people, it really pushes us to look at ourselves. And a lot of people in our lives, if not everyone, is actually just a mirror for us. So oftentimes, what we're asking for so much from other people is really what we are trying to, what our, hmm, what our heart maybe wants more from us. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But for example, like for me, recently I've been realizing that communication is actually extremely important for me. Even if it's like a really difficult truth, I'd rather someone tell me than just kind of, brush it under the rug and pretend like things are okay. And what I realized is that that actually means I have to be, radically honest with people as well and tell them when I'm feeling upset, tell them when, they might have done things that have upset me or whether, they've done something that kind of made me feel insecure or triggered or upset, even if it doesn't really make sense to me. I feel like it's my responsibility to share that as well after I have, processed it and moved through the feelings and then able to hold the conversation. Because that's another part too, right? It's like you might want to share something with someone, but they might not be able to receive it. They might not see it in a way that kind of takes themselves out of it. They might still be too, it might be, too close still or too fresh to really have an honest look at whatever the situation is. So, yeah, that's where I have been at today. It's been crazy because I feel like yesterday I was in such a different headspace and it was just a lot of things going on. And even today, I got some really sad news this morning, which, on top of that, just compounded those heavy feelings that I was feeling. And with this person, I had a really special relationship with this person where it wasn't always great. You know what I mean? There were things that had happened in the past that I kind of held resentment towards this person for. But all in all, this was a wonderful person who really tried their best to, you know, help people to feel better, to feel good about themselves, to bring more beauty into the world. And yeah, it's just been a very emotional week, a very emotional month. It has been very transformative, I guess you could say. So, again, I'm really grateful that I had the idea to start this meditation challenge, at least for myself. I know it's been very, very, very helpful because if I wasn't doing this, and I honestly don't know how I would have been able to cope if I was not doing my journal entries every day, and just keeping myself on this routine and carving out that time for myself each and every day to quiet my mind, to release the tensions, to let go of things that happened that I can't control. All of these things that often cause us to feel anxious or out of control because we can't really see what's coming. I find at least that meditation is very helpful for that. It's a really great way for us to stay grounded and to kind of take ourselves out of certain situations so that we can process it better. But, I don't say that to say we shouldn't process our emotions and feel them. We should do that too, but meditation is a really awesome tool that is available for us. It's free. You can do it at any time. There are so many different ways to do it. You don't have to be sitting down and listening to this music that I make you guys listen to every single day. If you really wanted to, you can find some really great tracks on YouTube, some healing sound bowls or like crystal bowls, I should say. Or even you could just walk outside and just have a walking meditation where you're being intentional and just being present and paying attention to every single leaf you see, every single color, every single little detail, and just fully immersing yourself in that. So, yeah, there are so many ways that we can meditate. It's not just sitting here and doing this. So, if this doesn't work for you, I'm sure you can find a different way that does work that you do feel a bit more comfortable with. And if you haven't found it yet, I hope that you do find it, experiment, try things out, which is always fun because, yeah, then you can just see what works and what doesn't. And if it doesn't work, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with you either. So it's all just fun and it's all just transformative and expansive. So, yes. I guess with that being said, I'm not really going to do any questions today because I'm kind of tight on time and there's just so many things on my mind. So, I think what we will do though is just maybe journal, write down how you're feeling today, whether anything has been coming up for you this week, maybe recurring themes, maybe some difficulties with other people, or even if you've been having some great things happen to you this week, write those down as well. You know, it's really important for us to celebrate the good things that happen to you, even if they're small. I find that's the hugest thing that we can do for ourselves. So today is September 27th. This is Sit 26. And yeah, maybe just take like 20 seconds, write down whatever comes to mind, just start writing and see what comes out. Honestly, that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, I'll time it. Maybe more than 20 seconds. We'll do like 1 minute. So it looks like it's 2:48 right now. So 2:49, we'll stop. All right. So finish up your last word and we'll end it there. If you really, really need to continue going, then just pause the video and write until you're ready to stop. But yes, that's good for me. So if you want to grab your water, your tea, whatever you need, because we're going to be sitting for about 25 minutes and find yourself a nice comfy spot, whether you want to sit on the floor like I usually do, whether you want to sit in a chair or lie down on the floor or on your bed or on your couch, whatever feels comfy for you, get into that position now and we'll go ahead and get started. So I'll start the music and go ahead and close your eyes whenever you feel ready. We'll start out with 3 deep breaths. Inhale through your nose, fill your lower abdomen with air, hold, and release. We'll do 2 more of those. So inhale through the nose, hold, and we'll do an audible exhale. So exhale. Ah. As you exhale, remember to let go of any anxiety, any tension, any stress in your body. We'll do this 1 more time. So inhale through the nose, hold, and release. Ah. And now just continue to breathe at your normal pace through your nose or through your mouth, whatever is comfortable for you, and just feel your body relaxing. Just let go of anything that's come before this moment and anything you have to do after. Just feel yourself being supported by the ground underneath you. Feel your root connecting to the earth and receiving that support, receiving that balance, that guidance, that protection. And you might want to breathe into any areas of your body that feel a bit tense. So maybe it's your eyebrows. Just breathe in to your eyebrows, behind your eyes. And as you exhale, just feel that tension release through the mouth or the nose. Same thing for your shoulders. If you feel any tension there, just breathe into your shoulders, breathe into your heart space, and feel your chest expand. Just release that tension, release those heavy emotions, those feelings through your nose. Make space for everything good that you want. Release everything that's no longer serving you. Relax your legs, your back, your jaw, hands. Just feel yourself in your body. Feel yourself coming back to your center. And just feel yourself come back to your body, come back to your center. You might want to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just gently open your eyes when you're ready. And just come back to this space, come back to you, to your center. And, I hope that this meditation was helpful for you today. I hope that you got everything out of it that you needed. A lot was coming through for me today, which is really great. A lot of stuff I'm still working through and trying to understand for myself. So, if that's the case for you as well, then keep your journal handy, write anything down that comes through for you. And, you can talk to someone you trust or voice note these things as well. Any way that you can kind of understand what you're feeling and what these things might mean for you will be very helpful for you tonight. And yeah, that's it for me, guys. I hope you have an amazing afternoon, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Tomorrow around 6 p.m. back here. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me, and we'll see you then. Bye.